So, as I said, before getting into Genesis itself, the book and the text, I want to start by thinking a little bit about the Bible more generally. When we pick up a Bible, what are we actually reading? Well, unless you're an Orthodox Jew, and I know that there's at least one in the room, maybe more, but unless you're an Orthodox Jew, you've always read the Bible in translation, I would guess. Whether it's at home or in church or in Sunday school, wherever, you've encountered the Bible in English, potentially in Latin, maybe in Greek or other modern languages. And you've probably thought, as you read, that you were reading the Bible. But all translations are interpretations, and they all involve choices, choices that are more than just stylistic. So as an example, we're going to start actually Genesis 1:1. So you should see on the screen 4 distinct translations from 3 major and 1 minor Bible translation into English. So the King James, which is the one that I think most of us are probably familiar with off the top of our heads, is "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." And the NRSV translation, which you'll find in many a church pew, says, "In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth." And the Jewish Publication Society version, which you'll find in most synagogues, at least most Reformed synagogues, will say, "When God began to create heaven and earth." And YLT stands for Young's Literal Translation, and I have it here just because it's so wacky. "In the beginning of God's preparing the heavens and the earth." Okay, 4 translations. They're all a little bit different. And what I want to say about it is these translations, the differences aren't really just in wording. There's like major theological impact at stake in the way that these opening words of the Bible are translated. Is there creation ex nihilo, right? Out of nothing? Well, in the King James, the one we're familiar with, there is. "In the beginning, God created." In the New Jewish Publication Society translation, "When God began to create," not so much creation out of nothing. And this isn't like one of them is getting the grammar and the syntax of the Hebrew right and the other one isn't. Translation isn't always a matter of one-to-one correspondence. There's not always a correct answer. So a choice is made. And that choice is informed by the tradition behind the translation. So the King James has creation ex nihilo because the King James translators believed in creation ex nihilo. And the Jewish Publication Society doesn't have that because Judaism doesn't believe that. So the text that we use isn't the Bible, right? It's one specific rendering of the Bible.